What if I told you that the richest investors on Earth are not the smartest people in the room? They are simply the most patient ones. While everyone else is chasing quick profits, jumping from stock to stock, panicking at every dip, a small group of investors are quietly doing nothing. And that nothing is making them millions. Today, we are going to talk about the most underrated superpower in investing, patience, and how time itself becomes your biggest advantage. This is not another video telling you to buy some secret stock or follow some hidden trick. This is about a mindset shift that has quietly created more millionaires than any trading strategy in history. Stay till the end because the last part of this video might completely change how you look at money forever. The myth of overnight success. We live in a world obsessed with speed. Get-rich-quick schemes, viral trading tips, and overnight millionaire stories flood our screens every single day. But here is the truth nobody wants to admit. Almost every single one of those stories is either fake, exaggerated, or built on luck that will not repeat. Real wealth is boring. It is built slowly, quietly, over years and decades, brick by brick, decision by decision. The investors who actually win are not the ones searching for shortcuts. They are the ones who accepted that there are none, and instead put their energy into consistency rather than speed. The sooner you accept this truth, the sooner your financial journey actually starts making sense. What is investment patience? Really, patience in investing does not mean sitting around doing nothing and hoping for the best. It means having a plan, trusting that plan, and refusing to abandon it just because the market had a bad week. It means understanding that short-term noise does not define long-term value. A patient investor looks at a dip in the market and sees an opportunity, while an impatient investor sees a reason to panic and sell. The difference between these two mindsets is often the difference between losing money and building generational wealth. Patience is active, not passive. It requires you to keep learning, keep contributing, and keep believing in your strategy even when the headlines say otherwise. The time advantage explained here is something most people never think about. Time is not just a resource, it is a multiplier. The longer your money stays invested, the more chances it has to grow, recover, and compound. Someone who starts investing small amounts at 25 years old will almost always end up wealthier than someone who invests much larger amounts starting at 45. Why? Because that extra 20 years is not just extra time, it is extra multiplication. Time turns small decisions into massive outcomes, and there is no shortcut that can replace it. This is why financial advisors constantly repeat one simple message: start as early as possible, even if the amount feels small. The size of your first investment matters far less than the number of years it is allowed to grow. Compound interest and patience. Albert Einstein reportedly called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world, and whether or not he actually said it, the idea holds true. Compound interest is slow in the beginning and almost invisible. It feels like nothing is happening for a very long time. But give it enough years, and it becomes an unstoppable force that grows faster and faster with every passing cycle. The problem is that most people quit right before the magic happens. They invest for 2 or 3 years, see small returns, get bored or scared, and pull their money out just before the curve begins to bend upward. The investors who understand patience know that the real growth happens in the later years, not the early ones. Staying in the game is the entire strategy, and leaving early is the single most common mistake in all of investing. Real-life stories of patient investors. Think about the investors who bought shares in strong companies decades ago and simply held on through recessions, crashes, and endless bad news cycles. They did not try to predict every market movement. They did not sell during downturns out of fear. They trusted the process and let time do the heavy lifting. Many of the wealthiest individuals in the world built their fortunes this way, not by trading constantly, but by holding quality investments for years, while everyone else was distracted by short-term chaos. Ordinary people have done the same thing on a smaller scale, quietly setting aside small amounts every month for decades, and retiring with more wealth than colleagues who earned much higher salaries but never learned to wait. Why most investors fail at patience? If patience is so powerful, why do so few people actually practice it? The answer is emotional. Watching your investment drop in value feels like losing money, even if you have not actually sold anything. Fear takes over logic. News headlines create panic. Social media creates comparison and pressure to act fast, showing you someone else's supposed quick win while hiding all their quiet losses. Most investors do not fail because of bad strategy. They fail because they cannot control their emotions during uncertain times. Patience is not just a financial skill, it is an emotional discipline. And mastering your own reactions is often harder than mastering the markets themselves. The psychology of waiting. Our brains are wired for instant rewards. This is why waiting feels uncomfortable, even painful at times, and why we constantly crave proof that our decisions are working right now. But successful investing requires training your mind to think in years and decades, not days and weeks. The moment you shift your mindset from short-term reaction to long-term vision, everything changes. You stop checking your portfolio every hour. You stop making emotional decisions based on temporary news. You start trusting the bigger picture, and that trust becomes your greatest financial asset, quietly working in the background while you focus on living your life. How to build patience as a skill. The good news is that patience can be trained just like any other skill, and it does not require any special talent, only consistent practice. Start by setting a long-term goal for your investments, something 5, 10, or 20 years away, so every decision has a clear purpose behind it. Automate your investing so emotions do not interfere with your decisions, letting the system work even on the days you feel nervous. Limit how often you check the markets, because constant checking only feeds anxiety and tempts you into unnecessary action. Remind yourself why you started investing in the first place. Every time the market gets shaky, come back to your original plan instead of reacting to fear. Small, consistent habits build the discipline that patience requires. And that discipline compounds just like your money does. Time in the market versus timing the market. One of the biggest mistakes investors make is trying to predict the perfect moment to buy or sell. The truth is, nobody, not even professionals with decades of experience and powerful computers, can consistently time the market. What actually works is staying invested through the ups and downs, riding out the storms instead of jumping in and out. Missing just a handful of the market's best days can drastically reduce your overall returns. And those best days often arrive right after the scariest moments, when most people have already given up and sold. Time in the market beats timing the market almost every single time. And patient investors understand this better than anyone else. Your time advantage starts today. Here is the part that matters most. Every single day you wait to start investing is a day of compounding you can never get back. The best time to start was years ago. The second best time is right now, today, this very moment. You do not need a huge amount of money to begin. You need consistency and the willingness to let time do its work quietly in the background of your life. Your patience today becomes your freedom tomorrow. The choice to stay calm, stay invested, and think long-term is the closest thing to a guaranteed advantage in the entire world of investing. And it is available to absolutely anyone willing to hold on. If this video gave you a new perspective on investing, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss the next one. Drop a comment below telling me how long you plan to stay patient with your investments. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message today. Maybe a friend who keeps panic selling, or a family member who has been putting off starting their investment journey. Every share helps this channel grow, and every like tells me you want more videos like this one. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, stay patient and let time do its work.